Hi, this is Sam from Living from the Heart, and in today's video I want to share one simple sleep trick that has been helping us with our 3 little ones. It is a sleep meditation that you can do for your children. I'm gonna post another video which is the recording of me saying this rainbow breathing meditation. And if you want, you can comment below rainbow and I'll send you the Word document of the script so that you can practice saying it yourselves to your children. So stay tuned. Comment as we go through the video. I would love to hear how it's resonating with you as we go through. So feel free to comment as you're watching the video. We'll reply to all of them. And if you haven't already liked and subscribed, then please do so. That would be wonderful. All right, here we go. So sleep has been a huge issue for me and my children for the last 7 years. My kids are 7, 5 and 2, and I can hand on heart say that from the moment my daughter Alba was born, I must have had maybe 3 nights of full sleep. I would call that 6 hours or more, maybe 3 nights if I'm lucky in 7 years. It's been a huge thing. Partly, I think that's because our eldest Alba has Down syndrome, and that brings with it its own challenges around behavior and repetition and loops of routine. So trying to get her into a good sleep routine has been a huge thing for us. And then, of course, the other 2 being 5 and 2, I think we've just been pretty unlucky. I would hear my friends say, oh yeah, the first 6 months were hard. And I'm like, oh my God, 6 months, try 6 years. So it's been a huge issue for us. And my little sister, she's not so little anymore, but to me, she's always my baby, reminded me of something I used to do for her kids before I even had kids of my own, which was rainbow breathing. And her kids are all teenagers and grown up now. But I have really fond memories of doing this rainbow breathing with them. And I thought, genius, why have I forgotten this magical tool? So I started using it with my eldest, my Alba, who is 7, and my Jessie, who is 5. And it's now something that they ask for every single night. And it brings me such joy because I now have a way of connecting with them at bedtime. I was always trying to do the affirmations anyway, you know, I love being your mama, thank you for being my child, you're perfect just the way you are, I can't wait to be with you again tomorrow. So I was already trying to drip feed these things into them as they were falling asleep. But now I have a real structured script, really, that I use with them. It's the same thing every night. They know what to expect and it works like a dream. And they now sleep through most nights unless they're ill, which for me is, it's a complete miracle. It really is. So if you are also a sleep deprived parent, then I would love you to try this out and let me know how you get on. Essentially, what happens in the rainbow breathing is we use the simple colours of the rainbow, plus I add a few more on to the end for fun. So we do red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, glittery sparkles, and then we do all the colours of the rainbow. And for each one of those colours, I use the breath. So now when you breathe in red, like strawberries or tomatoes, and it fills you up with red light from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. And that's basically the structure that gets used for every colour. Like I said before, if you want to write rainbow in the comment box, I can send you a Word document of the script and you can adapt it and make it your own. And I'm also going to show you a link at the end of this video to an audio recording where I read the whole thing through, just like I do it for my kids, so that you can listen to the whole thing and get a feel for it. But essentially you have that structure of the colour, the breathing in and out, and I do exaggerated breathing to help them also start to take slower, deeper breaths, working on this principle of co-regulation, that if I'm breathing deeply and calming my system down, they're going to be better able to breathe deeply and calm their system down too. And we do this lying down in bed, cuddling together. Then I've got the association. So for my kids, the red is always like strawberries or tomatoes. But if your kid hates tomatoes or is allergic to strawberries, probably don't want to use that. You can sub in something else that's a bit more neutral for them. And I try to go neutral and not something that's going to get them super excited. So at the end with Pink, I do have like candy floss or strawberry ice cream. They've never tasted candy floss, but I think they have a vague idea that it's something nice. And strawberry ice cream isn't so exciting that it's going to wake them up and get them talking about how they want to have strawberry ice cream the next day. So you can adapt it to your kids for something that's going to be pleasurable but neutral for the associations. And then we've got that it fills them up from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. And I notice when I do this that sometimes it takes me a few colours to actually calm down myself in the busyness of trying to get 3 kids ready for bed, and obviously having a million and one other things in my mind. Am I even going to get an evening to myself? Am I going to fall asleep with them? What about the endless to-do list? Oh no, I haven't done the washing up. So sometimes I realise that I'm racing through red and orange, and I catch myself and go, okay, slow it down. And I speak a lot more slowly, which can feel a bit unnatural at first, but it really helps to bring the kids down, or at least to bring my kids down, and to send them into that sort of semi-hypnotized falling asleep state. What else do you need to know about rainbow breathing? At the end of the rainbow breathing, I drop in those affirmations that I mentioned before, so that I love them, that nothing can ever change how much I love them, that they're completely perfect inside and out, that I'm so lucky to be their mummy. And I put those affirmations in, give them a kiss and say night-night. And sometimes they're awake. I would say 90% of the time they're out by the time we get to green, and 90% of the time so am I. But if we manage to get to the end and they're still awake, then it's usually okay for me to say, sleep well, I'm going to sleep in my bed now, and I'll see you in the morning. And in the past, that has never worked. Before we did rainbow breathing, the idea of me sleeping in a separate room, that they would stay the whole night in their own room, was impossible. But recently that has shifted, and I think it's because they now have this structure that helps them fall asleep. And I think that must create a certain stability or a certain safety that then helps them stay asleep most of the time through the night. And like I say, it's taken us 7 years to get here. So hands up if you're also a sleep-deprived parent trying to do your absolute best on 0 resources. Let me know how you get on with this. Okay, link is coming to the audio where you can hear me doing the whole thing, start to finish. There'll be nothing else on that audio, so you can press play and you can play it to your kids as well. And that's all you'll hear is just the rainbow breathing meditation. No introduction, no ending, no nothing. And yeah, comment rainbow and I'll send you the script and you can adapt it, read it, and yeah, make it your own. Wishing us all many, many uninterrupted nights sleep. Sending love and light. Comment below. Let me know how you get on.